Do I have a buzz or do I have a buzz? Oh shit, I got a buzz.
And I'm touching and rubbing and pinching and squeezing and tugging and twirling and flicking and swirling and fucking and sucking.
What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to Addiction TV. Today's video will be my top 10 Adam Sandler movies. And the reason I am saying this is because, man, growing up, Adam Sandler was a huge part of my life, man. His movies, like every time an Adam Sandler movie came out, I had to go see it. I have owned every single Adam Sandler album. His albums are hilarious. Y'all should definitely check them out. You know, I talk about a lot of horror and a lot of comic book movies on this channel, but I love comedies as well. So in today's video, we're going to talk about my top 10 Adam Sandler movies. And I'm not going to lie, you know, he's got to deal with Netflix now to where, you know, his most recent films have not been that great. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie. The Do-Over was kind of funny. Murder Mystery was, it was alright. I've still not seen The Ridiculous Six, and I might not ever see it unless I get really fucking stoned one night and watch it, you know what I mean? But before we get into my top 10 Adam Sandler movies, we're going to do two honorable mentions. Excuse me, I'm a little buzzed, so I might be slurring a little bit. But hey, you know what? Y'all know me. I like to drink. I like to smoke shit. And this is a comedy video, so fucking let's have a good time. So we're going to get into my two honorable mentions, and that is The Longest Yard. And I really like The Longest Yard. It didn't make the list because it's more of a remake than an original Adam Sandler idea. Happy Madison Productions, you know, all that. And there's another movie on the actual list that's a remake, and we'll get to that. But this one is more of a known remake, and I like The Longest Yard. You know, the cast was great. Adam Sandler, Chris Rock. You know, it was hilarious. And my next honorable mention is I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry, which is a fucking great movie. I think it stands for something good. It's hilarious. And it shows you that when a friend's in need, you help that friend. You know what I mean? So, I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry is my other honorable mention. And the reason it didn't make the list is because, you know, it's more of a... I wouldn't say it's more of a Kevin James movie, but for me, personally, Kevin James had way more of a backstory than Adam Sandler did. In that movie, Adam Sandler was more of a whore, and, you know, Chuck was more of a whore, and Larry was, you know, he lost his wife, he's got kids, you know, I feel like he had more of the story, so those are my two honorable mentions, The Longest Yard, and I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry. So, let's get into this list, and coming in at number 10 is Anger Management, starring Adam Sandler and Jack Nicholson and Marissa Tomei. And in this movie, shit goes down. Adam Sandler plays a bit of a bitch, you know what I mean? He lets everybody walk all over him. He lets his boss at work walk all over him. People at restaurants, people in Publix, people on airplanes, you know what I mean? And Jack Nicholson, dude, I'm sorry. Him and Adam Sandler were hilarious together. But damn, Jack Nicholson treated Sandler like shit in that movie. It was pretty damn funny though, and I laugh every time I see it. You know, I love John C. Reilly's little role in that movie as the monk, and I thought it was hilarious. So coming in at number 10 is Anger Management. Coming in at number 9 is Grownups, starring Adam Sandler, Kevin James, David Spade, Rob Schneider, and Chris Rock. Grownups was pretty damn funny. I'm not gonna lie. I think Grownups was actually one of Adam Sandler's like last movies I actually enjoyed. I mean, don't get me wrong, every Adam Sandler movie, it makes me laugh at some point, you know what I mean? But Grown Ups, I think, was the last Adam Sandler movie that I actually feel like I will watch again. Excuse me. That beer got me, you know what I'm saying? But I actually feel like it's Grown Ups is one of those movies the whole family can watch. You know, it's not too vulgar. I mean, yeah, it's got some shit in there every now and then, but it's not too vulgar. You can watch it with the family. I really enjoy Grown Ups. You know, Rob Schneider's character, he was a little out there. You know what I mean? And Adam Sandler's character, you know, Adam Sandler plays Lenny, who is a Hollywood agent, and I think it's hilarious. They call him Hollywood, and Kevin James and Chris Rock cracks at each other when Kevin James is like, or I think Chris Rock says something to Kevin James about his boobs getting bigger or something like that, and then Kevin James and Chris Rock shake hands with each other, and he's like, "Oh, it's like shaking hands with an eagle." Shit like that makes me laugh. So, I really enjoy that movie. So coming in at number 9 is Grownups. Coming in at number 8 is 50 First Dates, starring Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. And I will say this, man. Every time I see Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler in a movie, I enjoy it. I love Drew Barrymore. She's a great actress. She's actually pretty damn funny, too. Very attractive woman, you know what I mean? And her and Adam Sandler, you get them together, it's just, they make some magic happen, you know what I mean? And 50 First Dates, Adam Sandler falls in love with Drew Barrymore's character, who has brain damage from a car crash, and she loses her memory, and it's kind of a heartfelt story. Every day he keeps coming up with a way to make her fall for him, make her fall in love with him, and he really cares about her and he really loves her. And he's supposed to go on this big expedition, and usually he's a whore, but he meets Drew Barrymore's character and he just falls in love with her. And it was pretty damn funny too, man. Rob Schneider in that movie, he killed me playing. I think his name was Ula or something like that. He played a Hawaiian guy, and I remember one scene he's fucking puffing on a joint, and then he sticks it down in his crack, and I really like 50 First Dates. It was funny. So coming in at number 8 is 50 First Dates. And coming in at number 7 is Click, starring Adam Sandler, Kate Beckinsale, and Christopher Walken. Dude, that movie is fucking hilarious. I remember the day I went and saw that in theaters, and it was with my buddy Kyle Reese, and I was probably only about 13, maybe 14, I don't know, something like that. But man, that shit was hilarious, man. And that's the one where Adam Sandler goes to Bed Bath & Beyond, and he's, looking for a universal remote control. Well, he gets more than he bargained for. And it's like, damn, and Fonzie plays his dad. That's the shit. And I'm like, man, this movie's funny as hell. And it's not just funny, man. It teaches you a lesson. Like, you need to focus on what's important. Your family, your friends, your children, your wife. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta focus on shit like that, man. I really like Click. Click was funny. It taught a good lesson. It was pretty emotional, man. Like, straight up, Click was funny. And I'll never forget that movie because I remember it was something I actually was waiting for. I used to be subscribed to AdamSandler.com when I was a kid, man. Like, dude, I ain't trying to sound creepy or weird, but I used to be obsessed with Adam Sandler, bro. Like, that dude knew how to hit my motherfucking funny bone. So I would be on his website, and I remember when the poster for Click came out, and it didn't even have his picture on it. It was just, it said Click, and it had a remote on it. It didn't even give no information about what the movie was about, man. Like, that's how long ago it was. It was like way before they were done shooting, but they were promoting it already, and I'm like, man, don't nobody know what Click is? I'd be talking to my friends about it, because there was this dude in my class named Travis when I was in school. Big Adam Sandler fan. He's like, I haven't heard about it. And I'm like, I don't even know what it's about, man, but I'm ready to see it. So Click comes in at number 7, man. And Kate Beckinsale, she's always hot in everything she's in. Coming in at number 6 is 8 Crazy Nights, Adam Sandler's animated movie, which is also a musical, and has the Hanukkah song Part 3. I know all y'all know the Hanukkah song Part 1 and 2 by Adam Sandler, and the Hanukkah song Part 3 was on the soundtrack for 8 Crazy Nights. I bought the fucking hell out of that album. I think I bought the hard copy twice, because I was just a kid, so I'd fuck up a copy, fuck up another, then I'd go and get a digital copy. So I had a lot of soundtracks for 8 Crazy Nights, but man, that movie was funny. I mean, yeah, it was really weird and it was out there, but it was funny, man. Adam Sandler playing Davy Stone and Eleanor and Whitey, and that's a tactical foul. That shit was funny to me. I fucking love Eight Crazy Nights, dude. That's why it's like in the middle of my list. It's not the top, it's not the bottom. It's right there because I'm not big into animation. Like, no offense to anybody who is, but I still think it was a hilarious movie. And then the songs in that movie, they were fucking, they were just out there and they were nuts. And I could actually jam to them. I'd be in this bitch like, bum, bitty, 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 bum, bum. Yeah, I mean, that was my shit right there. So, coming in at number 6 is Eight Crazy Nights. Coming in at number 5 is The Wedding Singer, starring Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. And like I said before, man, when you get Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore together, it's just magic. You know what I mean? And I love The Wedding Singer. And it's Adam Sandler plays a wedding singer, and he thinks he's about to get married to this woman named Linda. And she's like, I don't want to be married to a wedding singer. I don't want to be stuck in this town. And Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore's character work at the same place. They fall in love, and it's a good movie. It's pretty damn funny too, and I love the music, man. It takes place in the 80s. I didn't get to live in the 80s, unfortunately, but I am a big fan of the 80s music. Some of the clothing, not so much, but I did like the music in the 80s. I'm a big Michael Jackson fan, and I'm always down to spin my head right around, reggae baby, right around, round. I'm always down for that, you know what I'm saying? Funky Town, ho. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always down for that shit, man. And if you haven't seen The Wedding Singer, check it out, man. So, coming in at number 5 is The Wedding Singer. Coming in at number 4 is Little Nicky. Oh, man, Little Nicky. Little Nicky is so damn funny. Starring Adam Sandler and Harvey Keitel. Oh, man. When, like, Adam Sandler playing the son of the devil and Harvey Keitel playing the devil, I knew some shit was about to go down. You know what I mean? Excuse me. I'm drunk. But it's a part of my life. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. But number 4 is Little Nicky. Dude. Alan Covert cracks me up in that movie. The dude, and if you don't know who Alan Covert is, he plays Little Nicky's roommate. And that scene when Little Nicky shows up at Alan Covert's house talking about some and all that shit, and Alan Covert's just like, can I help you? And Little Nicky's wearing his coat, and Alan Covert's like, it's like 80 degrees in this hallway. Aren't you hot in that coat? And he's like, where are you from? The South? And Adam Sandler's like, yes, the deep South. That shit cracks me up, dude. And the fucking dog, what's his name? I can't remember the fucking dog's name. It's been so long since I've seen Little Nicky, man. What was the dog's name? Mr. Beefy. Mr. Beefy. Oh, man, that motherfucker was funny. And then you got the two dudes who love Ozzy Osbourne, and dude, Little Nicky is high on my list because it was so bizarre, but it was so funny. And Patricia Arquette was actually pretty good in that movie too. She was funny as hell. I lost it when Adam Sandler got possessed by Adrian, and he's like, "Hey, Valerie!" And she's like, "What is your problem?" He's still flipping her off, and he's like, "I'm sorry." Dude, I was fucking losing it. Dude, if you've never seen Little Nicky, you have got to check it out. And when the devil put tits on that dude's head, oh, man. I think it was Kevin Nealon. Oh, I was just losing it, bro. It was fucking hilarious. So coming in at number 4 is Little Nicky. Coming in at number 3 is The Waterboy, starring Adam Sandler, Kathy Bates, and Fairuza Balk. Dude, this movie is fucking weird, but it's funny, you know. Captain Insano shows no mercy. But I love The Waterboy. It's so high on my list, man. It's one of his earlier films, but it was like right when people were like, okay, Adam Sandler's funny, man. I would never forget the time I seen the commercial for Adam Sandler's The Waterboy, because I was actually recording the Steve Harvey Show because it had my favorite rapper on it, Busta Rhymes. I was recording that, and I seen The Waterboy. First time I ever seen a commercial for The Waterboy. This is actually when I was like, who's Adam Sandler? This shit looks funny. It's just a little kid, and I'm like, damn, The Waterboy is hilarious. You know, mama said, mama said, you know what I'm saying? Alligators are ornery because they got all them teeth but no toothbrush. You know, I'm like, oh man, this dude's out of his fucking mind. I love Adam Sandler, dude. He's funny, and I hope y'all love him too. So, coming in at number 3 is The Waterboy. Coming in at number 2 is Happy Gilmore. Dude, Happy Gilmore was fucking hilarious. Suck my white ass ball. Oh man, dude, that shit had me laughing my ass off. And it's sad that he killed Chubbs. Technically, he didn't kill Chubbs. He scared him with the alligator head because the alligator took Happy's ball. But, you know, I was like, damn. Happy Gilmore is my number 2 because, excuse me, it was one of his earlier films I seen. And, dude, it just made me laugh my ass off. And being a kid, even the jokes I didn't really understand, I was still like, this shit's funny. You know what I mean? Trying to help his grandma, and he loves Subway. And I'm like, dude, this shit is classic. I love Happy Gilmore. So coming in at number 2 is Happy Gilmore. And last but not least, coming in at number 1 is... drum roll, bitch! Coming in at number 1 is Mr. Deeds. And I know what you're thinking, man, Adam Sandler got a lot of funnier movies, and yes, he does. I could probably do another list, because he's got a lot of movies that I find hilarious. You know, Big Daddy didn't make the list, but you know what I'm saying? It'll make another list. So, you know, coming in at number 1 is Mr. Deeds, which is also a remake from a very old movie, but I love Mr. Deeds because it's not perverse, it's not very vulgar, and it's something I can enjoy with the whole family. You know what I'm saying? If you've ever heard an Adam Sandler CD, they're pretty fucked up and pretty vulgar. So Mr. Deeds I could watch with my grandmother, my mother, my aunts, my uncles, you know, the kids. I could watch Mr. Deeds with all of them. And Mr. Deeds is pretty damn funny, you know what I'm saying? This is Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door. I love that shit, man. Like, Anderson was funny as hell. And I don't remember the actor's name. The dude that played Chuck Cedar, I can't remember his name, but I think the only thing I've ever seen him in was the OC. I don't know if you guys remember that show or not. It had Misha Barton and Olivia, I can't remember her last name. Anyways, that's the only other place I've seen the dude that played Chuck Cedar. And Anderson cracked me up. I love Mr. Deeds. That's why it's my number 1. I could watch it with anybody. Because, you know, some people get offended by stuff that's a little too much. You know what I mean? So Mr. Deeds is one of those movies I could be like, you want to laugh? Let's watch this movie. You know what I mean? So that's why Mr. Deeds is my number 1. But what do you guys think? What's your favorite Adam Sandler movie? Let me know your top 10 down in the comments. Man, I'd like to know your number 10, your number 1, your number 4, your number 5, your number 7. You know what I'm saying? I skipped 6. But hey, fuck it. I want to know, because I love Adam Sandler, and I want to know what is your favorite Adam Sandler movie. Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Until next time, guys, coming at you from Addiction TV.